If you have been following Hyundai lately, you know that the 2026 Hyundai Palisades are here to make a statement, but I feel there is one model that doesn't get the recognition for the truly amazing vehicle that it is, and it is this one, the 2026 Palisade XRT Pro. Let's talk about it. Real quick guys, if you happen to live in or around Orlando, I want to give you the best possible numbers on any Hyundai that you pick, whether that be the XRT Pro or any Hyundai or Genesis that we have in inventory. So in order to do that, all you have to do is click the link below that says schedule with Miguel, make an appointment, and then come on in. It is literally that simple. Make your appointment, come on in, and let me personally help you buy the car that you want for one of the best prices in town. But now that you know who to get the car from, let's go ahead and start talking about this beautiful XRT Pro. Just like fashion, automotive design comes in flavors and eras, and right now we are in the era of on-road family cars going off-road for family fun. If you go to Toyota, you can decide from their TRD Pros or their Trail Hunters. If you go to Honda, their off-road versions are called the Trail Sports, but here at Hyundai, we call them XRT, like our Tucson XRT, our Santa Fe XRT, and believe it or not, even our all-electric Ioniq 5 XRT. But when you get to the Palisade, they're a little bit more than XRT. They're the XRT Pro because they have things that no other XRT in Hyundai actually offers. Now, one of the biggest difference between the rest of the XRT line and the Palisade XRT Pro is that the Palisade is the only one to offer a V6 engine. It produces 287 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque. Beyond that, it is channeled through an 8-speed automatic transmission, so no CVTs, to the Hyundai H-Track all-wheel drive system that you find in a lot of other XRT models. And one of the best parts is that entire powertrain is covered by America's best warranty for 10 years or 100,000 miles. And something else that has been integrated into that really cool powertrain is the electronic limited slip differential. So if one of your tires start to lose grip, the XRT Pro can automatically send power to the tires that still have it to get you out of a sticky situation. Now, let's say you go to a dealership and you encounter a new salesman, or you are a new salesman at a new dealership and you're pounding the pavement like I am. If you're looking for XRT Pro, miraculously, it's probably one of the easiest cars to spot because not only do they have these canyon red tow hooks on the front and on the rear of the car, but they also do have these blacked out side rails on the top. So unlike other Palisades that have more of a chrome or polished metal look, these black ones will stick out like a sore thumb in the middle of a crowded parking lot. And if you happen to be looking at the XRT Pro from the side profile, you are going to notice that you have these beautiful 18-inch rims wrapped in these chunky off-road tires. And comparatively speaking, if you look at a regular Palisade versus the XRT Pro, the XRT Pro actually stands up 1 inch taller, so that way you can go ahead and cope with a little bit more rougher terrain off-road. Now, beyond the darkening exterior trimmings and those lovely off-road features, what are some benefits of the cargo area? Well, once you actually open it up, you will see a massive amount of storage area, even if those third row seats are up. And of course, underneath the floor, you have a little bit more space to store whatever it is that you need. But for argument's sake, let's say you are going off-road and all you need to do is bring some camping equipment with you. Well, you can throw down the third row seats, and then once you're done, you can push the buttons on the side of the cargo area to fold down the middle seats automatically, so you can really load up your cars with whatever it is that you need. Now, I get this question all the time. How much room is there really in the third row of the Palisade? And I have to say, more than what you would actually think, because even in the 2025, which is a little bit older and a little bit smaller, I still fit comfortably as a 6'1" fully adult human man. But in the 2026, it is even that much more comfortable because it is a little bit longer and a little bit wider than the outgoing model. So my recommendation to you, go down to your local dealership, sit in the third row, and be surprised for yourself. If you ever do find yourself in the third row of the XRT Pro, a few other things you might appreciate besides the space is that you do have the black H-Tex leather for all seating surfaces, including that third row. Not only do you have your own dedicated air conditioning vents, but you also do have a 100-watt USB-C charger, and yes, charging your device, it is very fast. Moving up to the middle row, you will find that not only do you have the same great leather sprinkled all throughout the cabin, but those captain's chairs have a very interesting design, and to me, it looks like mountains, really adding to the off-road presence of the XRT Pro. Besides the black captain's chairs, you also do have a little bit more refuge from the sun. Now, the windows and back are already lightly tinted, but if you need a little bit more, you can just throw up the sunshade and start enjoying that. And yes, if you're going to ask, you still do have those 100-watt USB-C chargers, but they are are on the sides of the front seats, you also do have a wall plug. In case you don't have something that could charge up with a USB, just bring your regular plug, charge it up in the car, just like if you're at home. And of course, being an off-road model, you do need a lot of storage, and the XRT has a lot of storage, especially here in the center console. Another great and convenient feature is that if you look on the ceiling, you're also going to notice that there is air conditioning controls for the second row. So that way the people in the back could have their own individual air conditioning controls separate from the air conditioning controls of the people up front. And if you're worried about safety, you do have these blind spot warnings. So if you park on the side of the road and somebody's passing your vehicle, this little light will alert you, so that way you don't hop out in front of somebody accidentally. And when you make your way from that middle row to the front, there is a lot to see and a lot to know. And one of the most impressive, I think, is this curved driver's display that shows you things like your speed, your RPMs, your range, and nearly takes up 2/3 of the entire dashboard. And of course, you do have your integrated GPS, but don't worry, you do happen to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Another great thing about that screen is that it's where you see the 360-degree parking camera. So if you happen to be low speed maneuvering in a parking lot, or if you happen to be climbing over some rocks off-road, you know exactly how much room you have to play with. And that is not including the blind view monitor. So if you happen to use your signals to either go to the left or go to the right, you will see a live stream of actually what is on the side of the car at that moment in time. And being that the XRT Pro is designed to go off-road, you also do have another widget, which means that you can see a few more things. Now, that little off-road widget is not new for the market, but it is new for a Palisade, and for the first time ever, you can see how much pitch or roll your Palisade is doing in case you happen to be on unlevel ground. So if you happen to decide to hop over one of these curves, you can see that the pitch and roll of the car is like I have it here in the dealership. And there's another great feature. If you happen to be going over rough terrain and you want to make sure you're not going to scrape up the bumper, you also do have a ground clearance view if you swipe over to the right, so you know exactly what might be in your way and exactly what to avoid. And aside from having the off-road widget, you also do have off-road drive modes, which is another new feature for 2026. If you happen to be going off-road, you just have to hit the terrain button and then select from snow, mud, or sand, so that way the XRT Pro can deliver the power in the right way at the right time. But if you're going to drive the car around the city, no worries, just hit that same drive mode button again and select from eco, normal, sports, or even my drive, where you can combine different driving elements into your own personalized mode. Now, if you happen to look a little under that big old screen, you're going to see the air conditioning controls, which do include the 2 air conditioning temperatures up front, the fan speed, and controls for your seat temperature, because you can warm up and cool down the seats with the heating and ventilation. And of course, if you're in the colder climates, you also do have a warming steering wheel as well. Now, if you look even further down, you're going to see a lot of cargo space in this little front area, but you also do happen to have this overhang that does include cup holders and wireless charger. And right behind the cup holders and wireless chargers, if you push this little button, you will access even more cargo room in the center console, so that way you can store away anything that you need whenever you might need it. And so guys, those are some of the coolest features of the 2026 Hyundai Palisade XRT Pro. And no, I didn't talk about every single little detail because it would take way too long and I'm too fun for that. But if you like these videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to hit the little bell notification so you can know the instant I upload my newest videos. And tell me what you think. Do you like the XRT Pro? Do you like having all-wheel drive stability, off-road capability, and rugged good looks like me? Or would you rather go ahead and get the top model calligraphy? Well, if you don't know even what I'm talking about, make sure you click this little video right here in the card, or look down in the description for my 2026 calligraphy review, so that way you can see what the difference between this one is and the top spec. But until next time guys, I'm the Car Guy, and I'll see you soon.